Hello and welcome to the Akron Zoo. I'm Pat Simmons, the zoo's president and chief executive officer. You know, here at the Akron Zoo, being green is a natural part of our mission, which is to preserve and protect wildlife, such as Daisy here, a three-banded armadillo. The zoo's green journey began nearly 2 decades ago with the formation of our green team. Today, sustainability is a part of nearly every decision we make throughout the entire park. Here to take you on that journey is Doug Piakash, our Vice President of Planning and Conservation Programs.
Thanks, Pat. Well, you might think that a conservation mission being ingrained in the Akron Zoo would make sustainability planning much easier for us than it would make it for anyone else. But the reality is that when we implement sustainability plans, it requires each one of our staff members to think differently about their job.
Our sustainability aspirations fall into several categories. First is engagement. We rely on our vendors, visitors, staff, and volunteers to help us with this. 2012 is the year of zero waste for employees and volunteers at the Akron Zoo. Training has included monthly presentations and continuing education. The most popular program was Trash Bin Bingo. The game involves sorting items and putting them into the correct bin. The game was so much fun we had our junior interpreters play it with our guests, impacting thousands. Conrad Conservation, our mascot, communicates the zoo's mission through public appearances, newsletters, and articles on the progress in being green.
Both our gift shop and food service have green procurement policies in place. Our gift shop also sells green products and offers a discount for anyone using a reusable bag.
Our goal at the Akron Zoo is a net zero use of energy, one of several visionary goals. Pursuit of these goals resulted in the first LEED certified building in Summit County. Some of the projects undertaken toward this goal include installation of variable frequency drives on all heat pumps in Komodo Kingdom and balancing of the geothermal well field to restore the estimated 42% energy savings provided by the 63 wells.
We also replaced our night lighting system with a new LED system with a return of investment in less than 3 years.
In 2011, the zoo became an official green energy producer, which created the very first net zero energy train ride anywhere. The Akron Zoo commissioned and completed a first of its kind net zero energy study of our entire campus with the intention to move the zoo towards energy independence. The impact of these actions and the associated efforts of our staff have resulted in energy resource reductions throughout the park.
Our goal is to reduce fossil fuel consumption by 50% by the year 2020. The zoo partnered with Metro RTA to create a formal bus stop on site to allow residents of Summit County to use mass transit to and from the zoo. And while investigating fossil fuel-free hydraulic fluids, we discovered a company right here in Northeast Ohio who could provide us with plant-based fluids and lubricating oils. The equipment runs cleaner and performs better on the renewables than it did on the fossil fuel-based equivalent products.
Akron Zoo aims to produce zero waste. It might sound like an ambitious and even visionary goal, but you might be surprised to know that we're actively involved in that, and we've been doing that for many years now. For example, keepers use items that help to recycle, reuse, and repurpose in their choices for enrichment items. Other examples of items we target to keep out of the waste stream include paper, glass, cans, toner and printer cartridges, electronic equipment, motor oil, and construction debris.
During construction and renovation, we salvage plant materials, topsoil, rocks, concrete, asphalt, all for future use in the zoo.
In March of 2011, the zoo's entire executive team and our maintenance staff jumped in the dumpsters. We did that because we needed to do a waste audit to understand our waste stream. We found out that over 80% of what we were sending to the landfill was organic. As an end result, we began our composting program. Since April of 2011, the zoo has diverted and composted nearly 2 million pounds of organic waste.
In April 2012, Akron Zoo's Komodo Cafe became the first 4-star certified green restaurant in the state of Ohio.
And the first 4-star certified green restaurant in any zoo or aquarium in North America. Today, the Akron Zoo's food service staff helps other organizations to achieve their green restaurant certification goals.
Sustainability is now integrated into many of our education and camp programs. And each April, in honor of Earth Day, the zoo celebrates Party for the Planet, focusing on green practices in the region.
Grizzly Ridge is important not only because it was our largest exhibit project of the last 7 years, but also because it allowed us to really focus on our water goal. Our water goal was to reduce by 50% the amount of water used in the Akron Zoo compared to the amount used in 2009. To date, thanks to this project and many other things that we've done across the park, we've actually reduced our water use and sewer use by 66%. We did this by creating a reclamation pond to store 100% of the water that we have in our bear pond, 100% of the water that we have in our otter pond, so that our keepers can come in and clean both of those exhibits by the turn of a valve, only sending to the sewer system what was necessary for the cleaning and being able to save all of the water that was in there to run through our own water treatment facilities to refill those ponds. Other elements within Grizzly Ridge include a partnership with the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency and the Federal Environmental Protection Agency, who provided some of the financing for our stormwater management through a Section 319 grant program. That grant enabled us to create a 250-year storm pond at the base of the hill in Grizzly Ridge, which collects all of the stormwater across this 4-acre site. It allows us to get as much of the stormwater underground as quickly as possible and down to that pond so that it will hold the water here on site instead of putting that water into the city's combined sewer system. By avoiding this water going down into the combined sewers, we help to keep the Cuyahoga River clean and Lake Erie clean. And here on site, we've even provided a bioretention pond that filters the water before it gets to our 250-year storm pond. And that's an example of something everyone can do in their own backyard. The zoo plans on continuing to make progress in each one of these goal areas every year. And that's going to be through the creativity unleashed by our staff, our guests, our volunteers, and our vendors.
And that will serve our mission to preserve and protect wildlife and wild places.